Today we are cash stuffing a total of $920 for the first week of May. I'm a little late recording this, so it's a little less than I would have done normally because I already took mine and my husband's allowance out of here because I needed it for gas. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. I always start with my bills first because that's how I pay everything, and I just redid my whole setup, so I have 7 binders instead of just 4 or 5, which might sound ridiculous, and it kind of is, but I like to, I call it squirreling my money. I just put it in a bunch of different stuff, because if there's $100 in something and I need it or I want it for something, I'll take it. But if there's only $5, I'm not gonna mess with that envelope. So smaller amounts, larger general amount. So without, we're gonna go ahead and get started. First thing up is my mortgage, which is $159. They gave me crappy bills at the bank today, so I'm not messing around with trying to find good ones, because there aren't any, honestly. So 100, 150, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 159. I do have some news. My husband and I are signing a second mortgage on our house to get our roof redone, which changes my bills binder a bit, which I already did in here because I ordered all the placeholders and the new envelopes and everything else. So that second mortgage, I'm going to start cash stuffing for it now rather than waiting until it's due and then having an issue. So that comes out to $104 a week. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Next up is my city bill, which is $35 a week. And this has been going down quite a bit since my roommates moved out, so I'm very happy to see where it's at now. I used to have to put like $50 in here a week, so saving that extra 15 is really nice. So I got 35 in there. Gas bill, I have $10 left from last month, and we're adding a total of 17. 10, 5, 16, and 17. So 10, 20, 25, 26, and $27. Next up is our internet bill, which gets $13. A lot of these are just fixed amounts, they don't change. That's why they're bills. What am I doing? 13. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So I just know exactly how much needs to go in them. This one, for example, is $49.99 a month. Really simple. My phone bill gets 92. That works. So 50, 70, 91, and 92. Up is my insurance bill is $88, and that went down, even though I just had an accident. I think it's gonna go back up, but for this month it says it has went down. So it's only 88. It was like 107, so I'm really happy about that. So 50, 70, 85, 6, 87, and $88. Now, one thing I have not changed in here yet is this one. I combined it with subscriptions because it's an every 4-week thing. It's a subscription, basically. So I'm gonna pull this out, put this $2 in the subscriptions folder, and then we will not be using that anymore. So 2 subscriptions, this covers like everything, is $34. I'm a bit nasally. I'm not feeling well today. Okay, and then in buffer, I'm just adding 10 for now. I can always add more later or use it if I need it later. But we're adding $10. So that is it for my bills. Now we're gonna move on to debt. So I think this one changed like the most right now because within that loan that we're getting, we're paying off my husband's side-by-side and his credit card. So those two are gonna be taken out of here eventually. I'm gonna leave them in for now because we might have like a month of overlap maybe. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm leaving them in for now. So $50, $70, and $80 for my car. And then my Apple Card gets 10. Discover gets 17. Oh, yeah, I got one good 10. 15, 16, and 17. And then Bass Pro is going to go ahead and get $30. And then Chase is going to be 10. I always hate the start of the month because there's no, like, there's nothing in there yet. So there's nothing, like, to count with. And also there's no progress yet. So, like, I don't like that. So extra debt, I added this envelope because I want to pay off as much debt as we can. So I'm adding this. This is where, like, if I dedicate a savings challenge to debt payments, is where it's going to go until it goes to the bank. So that way I can restart challenges earlier and that kind of thing. So I have that. Debt is all done. Next up is going to be my variable expenses. And I'm going to, starting next week technically, this week kind of, I have a change in my overflow binder because I was tired of bringing my wallet out here. So food is going to be $60 and I put that in 20, so 20, 40, and $60. And then household is gonna get 15. Normally food is a lot more than 60, but we already went and spent like 60 bucks, and I didn't want to just put like the other 30 or $20 that I would have put in there, so I just put 60 because we can afford it this week. So house has 15. Baby is also gonna get 15. And then I'm gonna go with unexpected, and that's getting 10. And that's the end of it for this one. Next up is my overflow binder. Can't really see that, hang on. Okay, there we go. So what I did, you can see it pretty much right away. I added, instead of bringing my wallet out here and having to worry about all of that, I just added mine and my husband's names in here, and this is where our allowance is gonna go. I think what I wanna do for mine starting next week is just leave it in here until I need it, and if I don't need it until I stuff it again, then I just saved a bunch of money. Because if it's in my wallet, it's really easily accessible and I can grab it whenever I want. I can grab this too, but my wallet is like in my car when I'm going past drive-thrus, and that's not a good idea. So this week we already got our allowances, so we're gonna skip us, go straight in. Every single thing in here is just getting $5. So baby is getting 5. Other than my husband's and my envelopes in here, this is all just extra. Like if we overuse in our variable expenses, this is where it comes from. So that way we're not adding more credit card debt and stuff like that. I skipped groceries because we spent a lot this week there. So I'm counting that as overflow spending. And spending, it's $5. And miscellaneous is also 5. Next up, I have my high priority. Now this is the last binder I'm stuffing today because I have some car maintenance coming up, so that's where I'm dumping most, if not all of my money into. So that is getting 75 this week. I got it in a wreck a couple weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago. So I need to pay my $250 deductible. So that's what this is gonna be for now. Eventually it'll do stuff like get us oil changes and stuff like that. And then emergency fund is getting $11. I'm not too worried about this one getting stuff that often, but I had an extra $11, so I just tossed it in there. So that is all I'm stuffing today. I did real quick just want to go over this binder because this is my new one. Well, one of my new ones. This is my favorite new one, I should say. I ordered this off Amazon just randomly. It came in a package and it has 2.5, which is what I'm doing, and then 5 and 10. So essentially for every month there's 5 dots. I'm not filling all of these out because I know I can't. I don't have the money to save like this aggressively right now. But I want to see how many of them I am able to do. Just to see how much I can fill up this binder. Now these, they did not come laminated. I laminated them. So that way I could take my wet erase marker and mark them off. And then it's reusable too. So I got that. I'm not stuffing it this week because I don't really have that much extra to do it this week. So we're gonna go ahead and close this up. To be fair to myself, I did not get a check this week. I only worked 1 day, and that only covered my benefits. So I did not get a check this week. This is just 2 of my husband's checks, so it's not normal. But I feel like starting it this way, doing it this way might allow me to film more consistently and do this consistently. Because half the time I'm not able to do it, so I have to end up combining weeks, and then a week gets lost and then I'm short. I don't want that. So I want to do this consistently. This binder probably will never get stuffed very often. It's for my business. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I do eventually want to start that up, and I think when I have leftovers in my allowance, I will do like a paperclip method where you take like a paperclip. I think I'll do a placeholder because that's easier for me, and you put it in here. So like I'll put 20 in each going back, and I'll just rotate through them until one of them's fully funded, and then I'll skip that one. But I want to have at least like $1,500 to $2,000 in there before I even think about really starting up that business again. Last time was poorly planned, to say the least. But that is all I have for this week. This is my breakdown, how I kind of organize it. Other than these two, because I messed it up, I like to color code them. So like blue is for bills, red is purple, pink is supposed to be variable, but I messed it up on here. But yeah. So that wraps up everything I have this week. I will see you guys next week in the next one. Bye.